The success of this video was a blessing and a curse. People dubbed it the intro explosion curse. What's up guys, my name is Levi, this is Shred Shop connecting you to skateboarding, and today we're doing 14 things you didn't know about Lakai. In this video, we're gonna cover their name, the logo, the videos that they've made, their team, the team curse, and so much more. If we're gonna talk about Lakai, we're obviously gonna start with Mike Carroll. Mike came up in the skateboard scene alongside his brother, Greg Carroll. He got recognized and started riding for H Street and FTC. His name is synonymous with San Francisco skateboarding and of course Embarcadero. After stand-up parts in H Street videos and later on Plan B videos, he ends up earning himself a pro shoe with Vans and the 1994 Thrasher Skater of the Year title. From there, in 1997, he finds a home for a shoe sponsor in what is commonly referred to as the DC Super Team. In 1998, Mike Carroll gets a pro shoe with DC. He's gone on tours alongside guys like Moses Akonin, Josh Kalis, Danny Way, Colin McKay, Rob Dyrdek, Scott Johnson, and Rick Howard. Let's talk about the other half, Rick Howard. He's a good Canadian boy.
And yeah, now watch this good Canadian boy.
He ends up getting picked up by Blockhead Skateboards and then moves to California. While he's there, he winds up on the Plan B team alongside Mike Carroll. And as we said before, he ends up on the DC Super Team with a pro shoe. Together, Rick and Mike would start Girl and Chocolate Skateboards, amongst other brands. They did this alongside their other business partners, Spike Jones and Meg Baltimore. If you look close, you'll see Rick Howard and our Canadian favorite, Breeziana, running in the new Jackass movie. It's also interesting to note that there is an official Rick Howard Day in Vancouver. It's September 29th. Let's get back into the story. In April 1999, Rick Howard and Tim Gavin are hanging out at a comedy club. They're having a few beers and Tim casually drops the idea about starting a footwear brand. Tim Gavin was actually running DVS at that time, and so he had factories in place and he had all the back end already figured out. Later on, Rick talks to Mike and pitches him the idea. They partner with Tim Gavin, DVS, and Podium Distribution to launch Lakai Footwear. They bring in longtime skateboard artist Andy Mueller, who was running the art department at Girl and Chocolate for a long time, and they task him with creating a logo for the brand. They tell him they want something that looks nice on the side of a pair of shoes. Andy comes up with the logo that we know and love today for Lakai, and the logo gets nicknamed the Flare. Nike has the swoosh, Adidas has the stripes, and Lakai has the flare. Mike Carroll comes up with the name Lakai. He gets inspiration for the name from his friend's kid, Malachi. Apparently, he was pretty nervous when he brought up the name Lakai because when they were naming the brand Girl, he had kind of an out there name, something like Onyx, and we brought it up, everyone roasted him for it. So he thought the same would happen with Lakai. When you look at their first ads for the brand, it's pictures of Rick Howard and Mike Carroll holding up mock-ups for their first shoes that they're gonna release. But the story that it tells that we love is that it is skater owned and operated. The original team for Lakai consists of Mike Carroll, Rick Howard, Scott Johnson, Jeff Lenosi, Rob Welsh, Anthony Papalardo, and Cairo Foster. Not long after that, they had Danny Garcia and Mark Johnson to the squad. After filming for Transworld's Modest Operandi with Mike Carroll, Brandon Beeble gets added to the team. After that video dropped, Ty Evans also jumped ship from Transworld to start filming for Lakai. With Ty Evans joining the team, they decide to start filming for a first Lakai video. They go on their first tour to Australia in 2001 to start filming for the video. They release a little tour video, and then the next year, they go on an even bigger tour and they make a video from there, and it comes out called Beware of the Flare, but they save all the good clips for their future Lakai video. With the video due to come out in 2005, they start gathering everyone's footage. They bring it all together and realize no one on the team has enough footage for a full part, but then they look at Mark Johnson and he has over 15 minutes of footage. This was pretty embarrassing for everyone else to hear. It lit a fire under their butts and they all got to work. At the same time, Lakai started releasing ads saying video coming soon. Also in 2005, Guy Mariano gets quietly added to the team. After 5+ years of struggling with drugs and alcohol addiction, he ends up getting fully clean. And so Rick Howard and Mike Carroll decide to give him a chance. They bring him over and they say, hey, would you film a few tricks for our video? Guy goes out to film a few tricks. Ty realizes that this guy's got crazy good work ethic and he's got a spark in him that he hasn't seen in him before. So he pushes him to put out a full comeback part in the new Lakai video. This year, they also had a guy who had a standout part in P-Rod's forecast video. His name, Mike Mo Capaldi. With him, they also add the son of legendary pro skater Steve Olson, Alex Olson. It's interesting to note that Mike and Alex didn't like each other at first. There was some tension there. Also, at the end of that same year, they add a skater you might have heard of, a little bit of an underdog, Rick Koston.
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Koston.
Yeah.
You signed a contract yet? You going both tonight?
Yeah, I did. Well, probably gonna.
What part are you gonna have? Who signed you, Rick or Mike?
Mike. Well, Rick.
Low top or high top?
I sometimes both. Thanks for coming out. Thanks, guys.
Wait, Koston.
After Eric parts ways with S, he ends up investing money in Lakai, becoming part owner of the brand. With all these new team additions, they decide to push back the release date for the video so that these guys have a chance to film a part. Guys, if you're buying Lakai, if you're buying anything else, make sure you guys support local skate shops. Stay out of the malls, buy at your local skate shop. They keep skateboarding alive because they love skateboarding. If you're on other platforms, follow us on everything at Shred Shop or me at Levi Switzer. Mid 2007, a countdown timer goes on the Lakai website, and November 16th, 2007, Fully Flared is premiered. It wins pretty much every video award that you can win for skateboarding, including Transworld and Skateboarders Video of the Year. Mark Johnson also wins Thrasher Skater of the Year that year. Plus, it was the highest selling skateboard video of all time at that point. Too bad I missed my chance. I graduated the same year. I just missed the cut for Fully Flared. The intro becomes one of the most famous intros in skateboard videos, when Spike brings on one of his professional pyrotechnic friends. Some other famous skits that Spike has done over the years include the Invisible Skateboards one in Girl Yeah Right, Eric Koston, the Charlie Chaplin one in Mouse, the Lance Mountain Scooter skit, and many others. The thing is, the success of Fully Flared was a blessing and a curse. The brand and its sales blew up. They went through the roof because of this video. But unfortunately, all the guys that were sculpted by Lakai became superstars overnight and were all offered huge contracts in other places. Some people have speculated calling it the Lakai intro curse, because if you remember from that intro, everyone who was skating and had an explosion in their clip ended up exploding their way out of Lakai. They all left. Eric Koston unfortunately has a disagreement with the brand. They end up getting into it and parting ways. Koston even wants nothing to kind of do with the brand, so much so that he leaves his shares in the brand, gives them all of his money and his investment.
But as of today, I will no longer be a part of Lakai Footwear. I'd like to thank the team, the employees. I wish them all the best of luck, and thank you. Look, it's just a decision that I made. No, it's nothing like that. I didn't think.
And then from there, he shocks the world and he ends up on Nike SB. Alex Olson gets a big offer from Vans, so he leaves, heads there, and then eventually, after that, he'd head over to Nike. Anthony Papalardo gets a huge contract offer from Cons. Cairo Foster leaves to ride for Etnies. Lucas Puig gets a huge offer to be the head rider at Adidas. Mike Mo gets a massive contract from DC. And the years following after that, we see Brandon Biebel leave for Diamond, Mark Johnson leave to Adidas, Guy Mariano join Nike SB, Danny Brady go to Vans, and finally JB Gillette and Nick Jensen eventually end up on Nike SB. Around this time, their brand manager, Kelly Bird, also ends up leaving for Nike SB, and their head shoe designer, Scott Johnson, ends up over at Adidas. Ty Evans also parts ways with the brand. He goes on to do his own film stuff. During this time, they start a rebuild. They're not ready to give up.
We will rebuild. We will recover, and
Lakai Footwear
will emerge stronger than before.
They're coming back. They had guys like Daniel Espinoza, Vincent Alvarez, Riley Hawk, Raven Tershi, Ronnie Sandoval, Sibo Walker, and our boy, Rick McCrank. They also had brief stints from riders like Nikel and Miles Silvis. In 2017, they released a new video called The Flare. This showcases a lot of the new blood that they've added to the team. Guys like Simon Banero, Sibo Walker, Yanni Cruz, Raven Tershi, Nico Haraga, James Capps, Manchild, Vincent Alvarez, Stevie Perez, and Riley Hawk. This was a big year for Lakai. Later that year, they also added Riley Hawk's dad, you might have heard of him, Tony Hawk.
Tony, how much did they sell you Lakai for?
I didn't buy Lakai.
You be rooming with Riley on trips?
Yeah, we're finally on the same team again. No.
Who's taking Sony this year?
Oh, Clive, for sure.
Who's your favorite Shep dog?
Oh, Rowan, for sure.
Tony comes on after not having a shoe sponsor for a really long time. Once they bring him on, they start designing him a shoe, and out comes the Lakai Proto, which pays homage to his times at Airwalk way back in the day where they had a shoe called the Prototype. This was huge for the brand, having such a big name, but it was also huge for Tony because he hadn't had a shoe sponsor in years. After 2 and a bit beautiful years, Tony Hawk decides to leave Lakai and start riding for Vans. It seems like it was an amicable split, and Lakai has done a really good job at rebuilding their team so they didn't take the hit that hard. If you're an OG Lakai guy, you might like this news. They recently re-released the Telfer. It was an all-time fan favorite Lakai shoe, and if you look through their whole catalog, their shoes have never looked better. Also, the modern Lakai team is pretty stacked, which speaks to the fact that Rick Howard and Mike Carroll know what they're doing and they know how to stay current. This heavy hitter team is Rick Howard, Mike Carroll, Stevie Perez, Vincent Alvarez, Riley Hawk, Jimmy Wilkins, Simon Banero, Nico Haraga, James Capps, Cody Chapman, Manchow, Kyonosuke Yamashita, and our favorite Griffin Gas. He's all gas, no brakes. There's also rumors that they're working on a new video, which will hopefully continue the bloodline of their legendary video status. Guys, that's Lakai. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Levi. This is Shred Shop, connecting you to skateboarding, and you just watched 14 things you didn't know about Lakai Footwear. Let us know below who was your favorite team rider ever on Lakai, and what was your favorite part ever in any Lakai video. If you love skateboarding, if you love us, if you love skate history, like, subscribe, and comment. We can keep giving you more videos. You're gonna keep loving us. It's a relationship. Stay tuned for comment of the week. Oh, we got a spicy one, lava hot. It is from my ex-friend, Bomber Boy. He said this guy must be like 40 years old if he likes Chad Muska, laughy face. Listen, Bomber Boy, your eyebrows are manicured and you got diamond earrings. Jump forward to the time that we're in right now, okay? And also, I'm only 7 years to 40.